Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's Dr. Hyena, and welcome to this Wrath of Nature Q&A video. So, here I'll be answering some questions that I've gotten about Wrath of Nature. If you guys want to leave any more in the comments for part 2 that I'll probably be making, feel free to do so. However, please make sure to watch this video all the way through first, just so that we don't have any repeats going on in the next video. So, yeah, let's just get right into it. So, first question I get a lot is, will there be growth? The answer is yes. Uh, it'll be just like in Eternal Enemies and Mosaic Survival. As you guys kind of saw in that last video I made though, especially in the part where I was like playing on my phone and showing some of the new mobile UI, you actually will be able to continue from the last adult save that you had. So yeah, definitely will be growth. It will be, more or less mandatory. Like, you won't get to spawn in as an adult unless you have one that's previously grown, and then you'll just get that little prompt. But yeah, that's about all for that one. So let's see. Will there be a Mutations Game Pass? So the answer is actually no. Or at least probably not. That is kind of subject to change. We'll see how things go. But as far as what I'm currently planning, I kind of want everything to be unlocked through, in-game currency. So, instead of buying, let's say, yeah, the Mutations Game Pass, and then you just get like all the different mutation skins. Instead of that, you can kind of pick and choose which ones you want to buy with your in-game currency, which of course you can use, real Robux on, or you can just play the game and kind of grind, which, has definitely gotten easier, and some animals will have sort of growth bonuses, just like in Eternal Enemies, the hyenas give you like more coins for each growth stage that you achieve. So yeah, there'll be lots of ways to earn coins, just like in my other games, and that'll kind of be the way of the future. Uh, which kind of answers the next question as well. Like, will there be Game Pass exclusive animals? Probably not. There might be a couple, but again, I'd at least want there to be the option to have, uh, you know, coin purchases instead of, just Robux or just the Game Passes. And then, speaking of animals, right, the next question is, will X, Y, or Z animal be included in Wrath of Nature? Uh, so I'll put it this way. I'm not going to answer for any one specific animal, but what I can say is that Wrath of Nature won't just be one game, it'll be, a franchise with like multiple games underneath it. So, this first one that's going to be coming out is like Wrath of Nature Arid Survival. That name's not final, but we'll work on it. Probably have you guys vote at some point. And there'll be Wrath of Nature Into the Jungle, which is that story mode game I'm going to be working on later this year. Um, I might even put like Mosaic Survival under, let's say Wrath of Nature Mosaic Survival, right? Wrath of Nature Eternal Enemies, perhaps. That one, it's like maybe not, but it's definitely possible. Uh, and then another question actually regarding this is, will my progress from Eternal Enemies save into Wrath of Nature? Probably not, because there's going to be a lot of different animals. There might be a couple of returning ones, but not too many. Um, again, I'm not gonna get into like which ones. You'll just have to kind of wait and see. But yeah, definitely gonna be some very new animals. Like for example, the white rhino. And even with both the black and white rhino, some people were kind of wondering, oh, aren't those kind of just clones? I would say no, because white rhinos are significantly larger. They're about almost twice the mass of a black rhino, sometimes even a little more. Um, so that alone makes a pretty big difference. They're pretty agile, but not quite as much as the smaller black rhino is. Um, Black rhinos are mixed feeders, so they'll eat both leaves and grass. White rhinos are pretty much exclusively grazers. That's why they're actually called that. It's not because they're white. it's kind of a mistranslation of the word that means wide in Afrikaans, if I'm not mistaken. So, you have the wide-lipped rhino, which is the white rhino, and then you have the hook-lipped rhino, which is the black rhino, which is a lot more kind of versatile in its habitat preferences and diet. So, anyway, back to the main video, I guess. When will it come out is kind of the big question, right? I'm honestly not certain, but I do have a pretty strong feeling that sometime in the month of February I can probably have something for early access. Now, I'm not sure when in February that would be. I'm thinking maybe around the middle of the month, maybe like Valentine's Day. Um, that could be a possibility, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And then, of course, the next question with that is how much will early access cost? So it'll probably cost somewhere between 50 and 100 Roblox, so maybe like 75-ish. Kind of just like Mosaic Survival was back in the day. Back when it had its early access. And then as for how long it's gonna be in early access, I'm not totally sure. Like that kind of question I can't really answer. It's we kind of just have to go with the flow and see how things go. Got a lot of rhyming there, but yeah, I guess that's gonna be all for this video. So if you've enjoyed, please be sure to like, share, subscribe. Leave any questions you have that I didn't cover in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. So till then, take care, peace out, and goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.